Imagine waking up surrounded by towering emerald mountains, swimming through crystal clear waters where sea turtles glide just beneath the surface, or watching the sun rise over ancient cities carved into stone. This isn't a fantasy. This is our planet. In this cinematic journey, we'll explore 50 of the most breathtaking places on Earth. From hidden gems tucked deep in remote jungles to iconic landmarks that have defined civilizations. These are places that will ignite your wanderlust, challenge your perception of beauty, and make you dream about your next escape. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or someone who dreams of adventure, this list will take you across continents, climates, and cultures, one stunning location at a time. Let's begin the countdown, starting at number 50. 50. Jiuzhaigou Valley, China. Nestled in the Min Mountains of Sichuan, Jiuzhaigou Valley is a surreal landscape of colorful lakes, cascading waterfalls, and snow-covered peaks. What makes it so unbelievable is the clarity and color of the water. Bright turquoise, deep emerald, sapphire blue, each lake reflecting its own palette. It's a place where nature appears digitally enhanced, yet everything is real. The best time to visit is autumn, when the valley's forests explode into a patchwork of reds, oranges, and golds. 49. 8 Benhadou, Morocco. This ancient fortress village on the edge of the Sahara Desert is built entirely from earth and clay. Its red walls and narrow alleyways appear untouched by time. 8 Benhadou has served as the backdrop for countless films, yet when you're there, it feels like you've stepped into another era, one far removed from the modern world. The best time to explore its golden pathways is during spring or fall when the weather is mild. 48. The Azores, Portugal. Floating in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, the Azores are a cluster of volcanic islands, covered in vibrant greenery and dramatic cliffs. You'll find crater lakes, thermal springs, and mist-covered hillsides that rival the landscapes of Iceland, but with fewer tourists and a softer price tag. São Miguel, the largest island, offers everything from black sand beaches to ancient forests. The ideal time to visit is between April and October. Lake Bled, Slovenia. Lake Bled looks like it was pulled straight from a fairy tale. A tiny island sits in the center of this glacial lake, crowned by a solitary church. Surrounding it are forested hills and a medieval castle perched high on a cliff. What makes this place truly special is the quiet, peaceful atmosphere. Rent a traditional wooden Pletner boat and glide across the still waters. Ring the church bell once you arrive. Local legend says it brings good fortune. Visit between May and September for the best weather. Torres del Paine, Chile. In the wild heart of Patagonia, Torres del Paine National Park offers a raw and dramatic landscape. Jagged granite towers, vivid blue lakes, and vast golden plains. This is one of the most isolated and untouched regions on Earth. The scale and silence of the park create an overwhelming sense of awe. It's not just beautiful, it's humbling. The best time to visit is during the Southern Hemisphere's summer, from November to March. Antelope Canyon, USA. Antelope Canyon, located in the Arizona desert, is a slot canyon carved over millennia by flash flooding. Its smooth, flowing sandstone walls seem to twist like ribbons, catching the light in extraordinary ways. As you walk through its narrow corridors, shafts of sunlight beam down like spotlights, illuminating the sculpted red rock. It's an experience that feels like stepping inside a dream. Visit from March to October, preferably around midday, when the light is at its most magical. Remote, rugged, and wildly atmospheric, the Faroe Islands are often overlooked by mainstream travelers. But those who venture here are rewarded with dramatic coastlines, steep cliffs, sea stacks, and mist-covered mountains. Tiny villages with grass-covered rooftops sit perched on the edges of fjords, giving the islands a storybook charm. It's the kind of place where you can stand alone in nature and hear nothing but the wind and waves. The best time to visit is during the summer months from June to August, when the days are long and the landscapes are lush. A cascading wonderland of turquoise lakes and waterfalls, Plitvice Lakes National Park is one of Europe's most enchanting destinations. 16 lakes, all interconnected by waterfalls, flow through forested canyons in a setting that feels surreal. Wooden walkways guide you over crystal clear waters, revealing fish swimming just beneath the surface. The sound of rushing water follows you everywhere. The best time to go is early fall, when the crowds are thinner and the foliage adds vibrant hues to the scenery. Set in the heart of the Canadian Rockies, Banff is an alpine paradise of glacial lakes, towering peaks and dense pine forests. Lake Louise and Moraine Lake are the stars of the show, their icy blue waters reflecting the mountains like glass. Wildlife roams freely. Bears, elk and mountain goats often cross your path. There's a raw power to this landscape, yet it's accessible through scenic drives and hiking trails. The best time to visit is late spring to early fall, especially July and August. Cappadocia looks like it belongs on another planet. Its signature landscape features fairy chimneys, tall spire-shaped rock formations, and ancient cave dwellings carved directly into the stone. But the true magic comes at sunrise, when hundreds of hot air balloons rise into the sky, floating silently over the valleys. The scene is dreamlike, the colors vibrant, and the moment unforgettable. Visit between April and October for calm winds and clear skies. The Amalfi Coast is a masterclass in Mediterranean elegance. Steep coastal cliffs, colourful villages, lemon groves and turquoise seas. Each town, from Positano to Ravello, clings to the cliffside with effortless charm. The winding roads offer jaw-dropping views at every turn, while the beaches invite long, slow afternoons in the sun. Pair that with world-class food and you have one of the most romantic destinations on Earth. The best time to visit is May to June or September to early October, when the weather is ideal and the crowds are thinner. Mount Roraima is a tabletop mountain that rises abruptly from the rainforest below, forming one of the oldest geological formations on Earth. Its vertical cliffs and flat summit are often shrouded in mist, creating an eerie and mystical atmosphere. This was the inspiration for Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World, and it's easy to see why. The summit is covered in unique plant species, ancient rock formations, and endless views into the clouds. The best time to visit is during the dry season from December to April. Raja Ampat, Indonesia. A hidden paradise in West Papua, Raja Ampat is a marine wonderland with some of the richest biodiversity on Earth. The waters are crystal clear, revealing vibrant coral gardens and schools of fish in every color imaginable. Above the surface, karst islands covered in jungle create a maze of emerald green and deep blue. It's remote and unspoiled, perfect for diving, snorkeling, or simply drifting through silence. Visit between October and April for the calmest seas and best visibility. Hallstatt, Austria. Tucked between the glassy Hallstatter Sea and the towering Dachstein Alps, Hallstatt is one of Europe's most picturesque villages. Its pastel-colored houses line the lake, reflected perfectly in the still waters. Cobblestone streets wind past charming cafes and wooden balconies overflowing with flowers. It's peaceful, quiet, and unbelievably photogenic. In winter, snow dusts the rooftops like powdered sugar. In summer, the town glows with sunlight and alpine blooms. Visit year-round. Each season transforms the town in its own magical way. Palawan, Philippines. Often referred to as the last frontier of the Philippines, Palawan is home to towering limestone cliffs, hidden lagoons, and aquamarine waters so clear you can see the ocean floor. El Nido and Coron are gateways to a world of secret beaches, coral reefs, and dramatic rock formations rising straight from the sea. There's a primal, untouched feel to it all, as if you've discovered Earth's best-kept secret. The best time to visit is the dry season, from November to May. A step into Bruges is a step back in time. Medieval architecture, cobblestone streets, peaceful canals, and horse-drawn carriages define this enchanting Belgian city. The old town is remarkably well preserved, with Gothic buildings and romantic bridges that feel like scenes from a fairy tale. In winter, the city sparkles with Christmas lights. In spring, blooming flowers and chocolate shops fill the air with sweetness. Bruges is a timeless destination, best explored slowly, on foot or by boat. Visit in late spring or early fall for fewer tourists. The Namib is one of the oldest deserts on Earth, and one of the most visually striking. Giant orange sand dunes roll endlessly across the horizon, with some rising over 300 meters high. At sunrise and sunset, the colors change dramatically, painting the landscape in gold and crimson. In dead valley, ancient blackened trees stand frozen in a white clay pan, a haunting contrast against the bright dunes. This is the desert at its most surreal. Visit from May to October when temperatures are more manageable. This coastal highway winds for 240 kilometers along Australia's southeastern coast, offering jaw-dropping views at every turn. Sea cliffs, secluded beaches, and rainforest-covered hills make this one of the most scenic drives on the planet. The highlight is the 12 Apostles, limestone stacks that rise from the ocean like giants. Along the way, you'll spot koalas in eucalyptus trees and surfers riding perfect waves. The best time to visit is during Australia's summer, from December to February. Known as the Blue Pearl, Chefchaouen is a small mountain town painted in every shade of blue imaginable. The walls, doors, stairs, everything glows with an ethereal hue that shifts throughout the day. The atmosphere is peaceful, almost spiritual. Surrounded by the Rif Mountains, Chefchaouen also offers incredible hiking and panoramic views. It's a place of calm, color, and culture. Visit in spring or fall for mild weather and fewer tourists. Raw, remote, and otherworldly, Iceland's highlands are a mosaic of volcanic deserts, rainbow-colored mountains, glacial rivers, and steaming geothermal vents. Unlike the ring road's famous stops, the highlands feel like another planet, untouched and vast. Landmannalaugar, with its rhyolite hills and hot springs, is a highlight. This is Iceland for true explorers. You'll need a 4x4 and a sense of adventure, but the rewards are staggering. Visit from late June to early September when the roads are accessible. With its whitewashed houses clinging to cliffs above the Aegean Sea, Santorini is one of the most iconic views in the world. The island was formed by a volcanic eruption, giving it a crescent shape and dramatic caldera. Sunsets here are legendary. The sky ignites in fiery shades as the sun dips below the horizon. Blue-domed churches, winding alleys, and hidden courtyards create a dreamlike atmosphere. It's romantic, cinematic, and unforgettable. The best time to visit is from late April to early June, or in September and October for warm weather and fewer crowds. Torres del Paine, Chile. This Patagonian masterpiece reappears on the list for good reason. While it's already been introduced earlier, its vastness and variety deserve a second look. Beyond the famous towers, there are endless glaciers, emerald forests, and rivers carved by ice. Wildlife thrives here. Guanacos roam freely and condors circle overhead. Hike the W Trek or take in the views from quiet valleys. It's a place that stirs the soul and humbles the spirit. Visit between November and March for the best access and weather. Amalfi Coast, Italy. Although also mentioned earlier, the Amalfi Coast ranks again due to its unmatched blend of charm and luxury. Positano's cascading villas, Ravello's terraced gardens, and the cliff-hugging roads all come together in one breathtaking mosaic. Spend your days boating between seaside towns, sipping espresso on sunny balconies and eating seafood caught that morning. Every corner is a photograph waiting to happen. Late spring and early autumn are ideal for avoiding the peak season crowds. The Dolomites, Italy. These jagged limestone peaks in northern Italy are among Europe's most striking mountain ranges. The contrast between dramatic cliffs, rolling meadows, and charming alpine villages is unforgettable. In the summer, wildflowers blanket the hillsides. In winter, it transforms into a snow-covered wonderland. This region offers world-class hiking, skiing, and scenic drives, all with an Italian flair. Visit in June for hiking or December for snow-covered magic. The world's largest salt flat becomes a giant mirror when covered with a thin layer of water reflecting the sky so perfectly that it erases the horizon. At over 10,000 square kilometers, Salar de Uyuni feels infinite. During the rainy season, it becomes one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth. During the dry season, geometric salt patterns stretch to the edges of the horizon. It's as dreamlike as nature gets. Visit from December to April for the mirror effect, or June to August for surreal dry patterns. A chain of 1,200 coral islands in the Indian Ocean, the Maldives is the definition of paradise. Overwater bungalows, crystal-clear lagoons, and coral reefs full of marine life make this a bucket list destination for honeymooners and divers alike. The islands are small, quiet, and unbelievably beautiful. Whether you're snorkeling with manta rays or simply watching the sunset over the ocean, every moment feels like a dream. Visit between November and April for the driest, sunniest weather. Kyoto is a city of temples, gardens, and tradition. Once the imperial capital, it's now a quiet counterpoint to Tokyo's buzz. Walk through bamboo forests, watch cherry blossoms flutter in the wind, and explore centuries-old shrines tucked into forested hills. The culture here is rich, refined, and deeply spiritual. You can still catch glimpses of geishas in Gion or sip matcha in a tea house. Visit in April for cherry blossoms or in November for fiery autumn colors. And one of the largest waterfalls on Earth, Victoria Falls is known locally as the smoke that thunders. It's not just the height or width that makes it impressive, but the sheer power. More than 500 million cubic meters of water plunge over the edge every minute during peak season. The spray can be seen from miles away, and the roar is deafening. Walk the knife-edge bridge for an up-close experience, or view it from above by helicopter. The best time to visit is from February to May when the falls are at their fullest. A land of misty mountains, moody lochs and ancient castles, the Scottish Highlands stir something deep in the soul. This region is both wild and poetic, filled with dramatic scenery and centuries-old folklore. Drive the north coast 500 hike in Glencoe, or watch the light dance on the waters of Loch Ness. The weather shifts quickly, adding to the drama of the landscape. Summer offers long daylight hours, while autumn adds golden tones and solitude to the hills. This UNESCO World Heritage Site in Hunan Province looks like it belongs in a fantasy novel. Thousands of sandstone pillars rise vertically from the forest, some reaching over 200 meters high. The area inspired the floating mountains in the movie Avatar, and standing among them feels otherworldly. Mist often weaves through the spires, creating a scene that is haunting and serene. Glass skywalks and cable cars offer breathtaking perspectives. Visit in spring or autumn for mild weather and the best views. Once a quiet bohemian escape, Tulum has become one of Mexico's most sought-after destinations. And with good reason. It's where ancient Mayan ruins meet white sand beaches and turquoise Caribbean waters. Yoga retreats, eco-lodges and jungle cenotes add layers of natural beauty and wellness culture. Wander the beachfront, swim in underground rivers or explore the ruins perched above the sea. The best time to visit is from November to March for cooler, drier days. Located above the Arctic Circle, the Lofoten Islands offer a surreal mix of snow-capped peaks, deep fjords and white sand beaches, all under ever-changing skies. In summer, the sun never sets, while in winter, the northern lights ripple across the sky. Colourful fishing villages dot the islands, adding charm to the dramatic setting. It's a photographer's dream and a paradise for hikers, kayakers, and anyone seeking silence and space. Visit in summer for midnight sun, or from October to March for aurora season. Japan's most iconic peak, Mount Fuji, rises with perfect symmetry above the surrounding landscape. It has inspired poets, painters and pilgrims for centuries. In the spring, cherry blossoms bloom with Fuji in the background. In autumn, fiery red maples frame the snow-capped summit. Climbing it is a spiritual journey for many, but it's equally captivating when viewed from nearby lakes or villages. Visit in October for clear skies, or climb during July and August when trails are open. Pamukkale, meaning Cotton Castle in Turkish, is one of the world's most unique natural wonders. Terraces of white travertine form from thermal spring water, creating cascading pools that glow blue under the sun. Above the terraces lie the ancient ruins of Hierapolis, Roman columns, temples, and a remarkably preserved theatre. The experience is both relaxing and surreal, as if nature and history have merged into one ethereal landscape. Visit in spring or fall to enjoy the pools without the intense summer heat. The largest coral reef system on Earth, the Great Barrier Reef, stretches over 2,300 kilometers along Australia's northeast coast. It's a kaleidoscope of marine life: coral gardens, reef sharks, sea turtles, and countless fish in brilliant colors. From above, it looks like a swirling mosaic in the ocean. Dive or snorkel into this underwater world, or take a scenic flight to grasp its vastness. Climate change threatens its future, so seeing it now feels even more meaningful. Visit from June to October for the best water clarity and calm seas. While climbing to the summit may be for the few, trekking to Everest Base Camp is an achievable dream for many. Along the way, the Himalayas unfold in breathtaking layers. Prayer flags flutter, ancient monasteries sit nestled in valleys, and the air grows crisp with altitude. The view of Everest from Kalapata, especially at sunrise, is unforgettable. The journey is as beautiful as the destination. Visit in spring, from March to May, or fall, from September to November, for the clearest skies. Seeing the aurora borealis is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and Tromsø is one of the best places on Earth to witness it. Located deep within the Arctic Circle, this Norwegian town offers clear, dark skies and easy access to natural beauty. When the lights appear, swirling green, purple and pink across the stars, the world feels still and magical. Chase them by snowmobile, dog sled or from a remote cabin. Visit between late September and early April for the highest chance to see them. A mile deep and carved over millions of years by the Colorado River, the Grand Canyon is one of nature's greatest masterpieces. Layer upon layer of red, orange, and gold rock forms an epic chasm that stretches over 400 kilometers. Stand on the south rim at sunrise or sunset, and the canyon transforms into a glowing cathedral of light and shadow. Hike down into its depths or raft the river for a more immersive view. The best times to visit are spring and fall, when temperatures are pleasant and the crowds are manageable. A floating city of marble palaces, winding canals, and Renaissance charm, Venice is unlike any other place on Earth. There are no cars, only boats and gondolas gliding past historic facades. Every corner reveals a new scene: a hidden courtyard, a quiet church, a cafe overlooking the Grand Canal. Despite the crowds, Venice retains its magic, especially early in the morning or late at night. Visit in April, May, or October for pleasant weather and fewer tourists. On the southern edge of South America, Argentine Patagonia is a land of extremes: jagged mountains, icy lakes, windswept plains, and vast skies. El Chaltén is a hiker's paradise, home to Mount Fitzroy and trails that lead to glacier-fed lagoons. The Perito Moreno Glacier near El Calafate creaks and cracks as it carves into the brilliant blue water. Patagonia feels untouched and boundless, a place where nature still reigns. Visit from November to March for the best weather and accessibility. Often described as the most beautiful island in the world, Bora Bora is pure tropical perfection. A turquoise lagoon surrounds a dramatic volcanic peak, and overwater bungalows stretch out into the sea. The colors here seem almost unreal: electric blue water, lush green mountains, and soft white sands. It's a place made for romance, solitude, and awe. Snorkel with rays, sail at sunset, or simply float in the calm, warm ocean. The best time to visit is between May and October, when the weather is dry and breezy. Famous for inspiring the floating mountains in the film Avatar, Zhangjiajie's vertical sandstone pillars rise out of the mist like something from another world. Covered in lush greenery and often veiled by fog, these towering formations defy gravity. Glass bridges and cliffside elevators offer staggering views over a seemingly endless stone forest. It's surreal, cinematic, and unforgettable. Visit between April and October for the most atmospheric conditions and accessibility. In the heart of California's Sierra Nevada mountains lies Yosemite Valley, a glacier-carved masterpiece of sheer granite cliffs, thunderous waterfalls, and vast meadows. Landmarks like El Capitan Half Dome and Yosemite Falls feel larger than life. In spring, the waterfalls roar with snowmelt. In autumn, the valley glows with golden leaves. Every inch of Yosemite is a tribute to wild beauty, preserved in its rawest form. Visit from May to October, when roads and trails are open and accessible. Arenas Fiara is unlike any beach you've ever seen. Jet black sand, basalt sea stacks rising from the ocean, and powerful waves crashing under moody skies. This stretch of Iceland's southern coast is hauntingly beautiful. The nearby village of Vik offers views of glaciers and volcanoes, while puffins nest on the cliffs in summer. It's a place where land, sea, and sky collide in dramatic harmony. Visit between June and September for milder weather and long daylight hours. High in the Andes, Machu Picchu is a marvel of ancient engineering and spiritual design. Built by the Inca civilization and hidden from the world until 1911, its terraces, temples, and stairways remain remarkably intact. The setting is equally breathtaking, perched between mountain peaks and wrapped in mist. Arriving at sunrise after the Inca Trail or by train from Cusco is an experience that stays with you for life. Visit between May and October during the dry season for the clearest views. Often overlooked, these twin border waterfalls are among the most striking in Asia. Surrounded by limestone karsts and lush jungle, the Ban Joc Ditian Falls thunder down in cascading steps across the border of northern Vietnam and southern China. Their width, power, and setting create a visual symphony of water and stone. Bamboo rafts take you close to the base, where the mist cools your skin and amplifies the roar. Visit between May and September, when the water volume is highest. Built inside a canyon and connected by a towering stone bridge, the Santuario de las Lajas looks like something pulled from fantasy. This neo-Gothic church sits suspended above a river gorge in the Andes, surrounded by forested cliffs. It's both a pilgrimage site and a visual wonder, blending architecture and nature in seamless harmony. The experience of walking toward it, with waterfalls below and fog above, is deeply moving. Visit in the dry months of January to March or July to September. Tucked within the Valley of the Ten Peaks, Moraine Lake glows with an intense blue that's hard to believe is real. The color comes from rock flour carried down by glaciers. Surrounded by towering summits and pine forests, it's one of the most iconic views in the Canadian Rockies. Arrive at sunrise, when the mountains reflect on the water and the stillness feels sacred. It's a moment that redefines beauty. Visit between late June and early October when the road is open. The world's largest religious monument is not just a temple, it's an entire ancient city, hidden in the jungle. Built in the 12th century, Angkor Wat is the crown jewel of the Khmer Empire, with intricately carved towers, sacred corridors, and lotus-filled moats. At sunrise, the silhouettes of its spires mirrored in the water create one of the most unforgettable scenes on Earth. As the sun rises and the jungle wakes, you walk through history. Visit from November to March for cooler, drier weather. Crowning our list is Fjordland, a place where raw wilderness meets unfiltered grandeur. Towering fjords carved by ancient glaciers, endless waterfalls cascading down sheer cliffs, and rainforest that feels primordial. Milford Sound, the most famous fjord, delivers drama in every direction, especially when shrouded in mist or lit by golden hour light. Doubtful Sound offers even deeper solitude. Fjordland is untamed, epic, and deeply humbling. It's not just beautiful, it's nature at its most powerful. Visit between November and April for the most reliable weather. The world is full of beauty, more than one lifetime could ever contain. From snowy peaks to sunlit seas, ancient wonders to hidden sanctuaries, these are the places that remind us why we travel. Not just to see new places, but to feel something we've never felt before. If this journey inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share The Unseen Traveler. There are still so many more breathtaking places to explore, and together we'll uncover them, one adventure at a time. See you in the next journey.